Right, so we're going to continue with more news. Nicole Koopman, founder and CEO of Keychain SA, is committed to enhancing personal safety for women in South Africa and beyond. And so as a certified self-defense instructor and a social impact advocate, she addresses gender-based violence through innovation and education. Her brand equips women with essential tools and practical skills, fostering confidence. And with a strong community presence, Nicole is a trailblazer in self-defense and an inspiring role model for global empowerment and change at large. So she joins us this morning in studio to chat a little bit further about her journey. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Only a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's a day of goodwill, and this obviously follows Christmas. And so we're looking at ways to unite South Africa, but also impact and empower people at large, particularly women. Talk to us about Keychain South Africa. Talk to us about why it's important through innovation to empower women at large.
I think the biggest thing is we all suffer in one way or the other with regards to crime, not just gender-based violence. And many times we isolate it to just females. But sure. Men are also victims, kids are also victims. And as a mom, I think that was my biggest line that I drew. I don't want anything to happen to my little one. I see it, and there's just so many people that are desensitized to what is happening in the country. So this is where I found my passion in wanting to help people, because I'm a problem solver. So I decided, what better way to see the problem, find a solution, but there's a bit more layers to it. And it inspired me because I found a product that can help people. And then obviously getting certified was one of my biggest achievements, because now I'm actually able to equip and empower.
So talk to us a little bit more about that, because as you say, you walk your talk, you embody what you're trying to change and also live by. So tell us a little bit more.
Okay, so it started finding a product that's easy to carry, it's accessible, because it's not like you can say tomorrow, 9:30, I'm going to a store and I'm going to get hijacked or I'm going to get robbed. We don't know. It's not something that's predictable. So having a tool, having something on you just gives you that advantage, and it gives you a bit of peace of mind, a bit of confidence, because that's something that's lacking in our country. People leave their homes and they fear. Especially ladies, young girls, we walk. It's not that everybody's got a vehicle, whether you're in a bus or a taxi or an Uber. We've seen the news. So this is something that I wanted to address first, and I've been a victim of this. My home was broken into 16 times in Cape Town. So, these challenges that one goes through, we can talk about problems. We can see the problems, but as I said earlier, I'm a problem solver. I don't like looking at the problem, talking about it, and emphasizing it only. I want to solve the problem. So this is what I actually tried to do with getting certified, is to solve the problem. Talk about it, educate, but then also equip.
So what goes into that equipping of people, the empowerment, accessibility, affordability as well? I mean, these are also factors we have to consider.
So with that, knowing that funding is a big issue, whether it's me trying to get a location to do classes, that's my biggest thing. It's finding a location and the costing involved. So instead of me depending on donors, they don't always come. I don't always have sponsors. I decided to start the business where I sell self-defense keychains, safety keychains. That's for little kids, for moms, for men, tools that you can carry. But I also felt it's not responsible for me to give you something and not give you a user manual or how to use it effectively.
Yeah.
That's when I got certified, and I decided I will also do training on how to use those products, which complements, because we do mental and physical training as well.
Yeah, and
so the two, they marry each other. I give you something, but then I teach you how to use it effectively.
Yes.
And that just makes a difference in people's lives.
I mean, also speaking about innovation, you're on social media, and you've got quite a presence, and you are trending in TikTok and some of the other social media platforms. Talk to us about the fusion of that and how it's also connected with other, age groups, generations, target markets even.
Well, look, with starting any kind of business, you want to have that reach. You want people to be able to see where you are, what you're doing, whether that's business or product or service. And where do people spend most of their time nowadays? Scrolling on their phones. So making sure that you're relevant, you're speaking about topics that are trending, or just trends that you pick up, because a lot of people have taken to social media to vent, to express, to do reviews. So using those platforms helps me reach younger people, because that's what's captivating them now, versus me going and standing at a mall. Not everyone will see me. So now I'm able to reach people in different areas, different countries, and make a difference with safety videos, safety tips, that it could be something that could just click and help them in a situation. Oh yes, I remember what to do if this happens. So me being able to reach people on social media, speak about current issues, it makes a big difference, because I get to use real life examples to help other people navigate those kind of issues.
What's been the feedback from some people that have used your services? I mean, does that warm your heart? Does it make you feel like you're purposeful, you're aligned to what it is you need to be doing and imparting?
Look, I do believe this is God's purpose for my life, to help people, because I love helping people. At the end of the day, you know, money comes and goes, but if I leave this earth, I can't take it with me. So for me, it's taking what I have, the resources I have, and impacting lives. So I think the biggest thing that changed my life, or my perspective on everything, was my first free self-defense class I did Women's Day this year. Everyone suspected I would get maybe about 18, 20 ladies to come through. With 5 days of marketing, we had over 120 ladies sign up. And that touched me because I realized there's actually such a big need for this. So people came with their kids, and it was a fun day that I could equip and empower, and just having that unity of those ladies and getting the feedback, everybody standing in line to thank me and greet me, it just made me want to do it more. So since then, I've done 13 more classes, and yeah, next year, hopefully, I don't want to say what I want to do, but I got big plans for next year.
We'll monitor those developments. It's the year of 20, plenty thrive.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to touch on current issues, and that was a point that you mentioned. But because I know a lot of people are asking, why should we be learning self-defense? Why shouldn't we be tackling the culture, shifting that culture, you know, given our inherited trauma and our contemporary reality? How do you respond to some of those sentiments as well?
Well, if we look at it, I can look at a problem, whether that's in the policing, whether that's in government, there's certain issues that is causing this to continue, whether that's a lack of consequences, because if I don't get into trouble for doing something, I can continue doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what we noticed in the country. So if I cannot rely on certain divisions, departments, organizations within the country that are meant to curb the crime, the violence, all of those things, it's again, let's either shift the blame or tackle what's happening. So with current situations, I could either call the police, call the security, or let me empower you and equip you, because how long will it take for that person to come? What if you are by yourself? How are you then going to navigate that? Because you can't pick up your phone in a dangerous situation. Most people don't think on their feet. So equipping and empowering them, it's not just the physical, it's actually more so the mental, so that you can prepare, because a lot of that can actually help you prevent being a target, because they look for targets. If you were a mom with kids and you've got a hands full of groceries, you're more of a target than somebody that's focused. If you're down on your phone, people can't see. So there's training and things that is required, safety tips that can actually help prevent you from being a target. So we start with preventative measures, not just let me equip you with something and you want to be a ninja over there. You know what I mean? So it starts with understanding we can't always rely on whether it's other people, the police, because they're not always there. It's like I say, it's not planned. You never know when you need that. But if you have that practical skills, that mindset training about situational awareness, you can actually prevent a lot of those things from happening to you.
It sounds like a confidence booster as well. I'm sure you can see the change in how women, just in the way they hold their bodies as well, the strength that comes from that. I want to look at the power of collaboration as well. What have you witnessed on that front? So having started this, what more could be done? But I mean, it's obviously across all sectors of society, not just government or private sector or social institutions. It's different age groups. It's all of us.
Yeah, it starts from school level. If you think about it, we have different challenges in school, whether that's bullying. So starting from a school level, that's what I plan on doing this year. I want to start going to schools as well. Okay. Because as we grow up, these are lessons that even kids can implement. They're also being targeted. So starting over there and collaborating with corporate companies. One, as an example, is Baldwin Properties. Their foundation reached out to me, and I'll be doing over 40 events this year, mainly targeting kids, whether that's their residents or events. So finding collaboration with other creators, other influencers as well, because they also targets. So getting collaborations with them to get more word out there, getting people to come to the classes, and corporates. It's a big focus for me, because I'm able to help not just 1 or 2 ladies at a time. I'm now able to help groups of women. But that furthers on, because if I share something with you, you will go share it maybe with your daughter, with your mom. So I'm able to reach more women by reaching and collaborating with other artists, creators, companies, and so on.
It's a paying forward initiative, and you don't know how far the ripple effects of your decisions go. Nicole, I'm going to try to leave the conversation there, but thank you for joining us. Thank you for also just empowering people at large and for giving back. We are gifts that need to be shared. It's the day of goodwill. So we're looking forward to more of those, social cohesion and nation-building initiatives that can unite South Africa. Stronger we are together, right?
100%.
All right, so Nicole Koopman this morning chatting about the importance of empowerment through self-defense, of course, through her new company. It's called Keychain South Africa, in existence for about 2 years, looking at some of the impact that they've had and really where to from here as they navigate this period and, of course, what's to come in the new year. Again, thank you to her for joining us at this hour.